Hey, what's up, guys? Happy Monday morning. It is 8:40 Monday morning, and I know a lot of you are either at the office, on the way to the office. Monday's a big day on the phones to be booking moves. There's a lot of leads, a lot of phone calls coming in. So I want to talk about how to crush Mondays and really any other day of the week that you're open, your phones are ringing, you got leads coming in. And before I start, by the way, make sure we've got a special going on this week for Moving Sales Academy Live. I want to make sure that you have no reason not to come. So this week, from now till Sunday, when you buy one ticket, I'm going to give you another ticket for free. All right. So make sure you go to movingseminar.com. All the details are there. But let's talk about how to crush Mondays with your sales team. All right. We all know that in order to have a successful moving company, you've got to make sales a priority, right? You've got to have that consistent flow of business coming in, getting on the calendar, going out, sending the trucks out, collecting the money, right? It's got to be part of the cycle to get the sales. I know it would be easy if the sales were just on our, on our schedule and they were there, but they're not. We need to make that happen, but it's not that hard, right? But let's talk about Monday mornings. Monday mornings for anyone in the moving business is typically the busiest day on the phones. The only time that it's not the busiest day is when sometimes Monday might not be too busy, but Tuesday will be busy, right? So in order to really crush it, you have to first of all know what your target is for Monday, right? And any other day. But what your target is and what you're shooting for to be able to bring in more business that day. Right? We can't just show up today and say, you know what, let's just book as many moves as we can and kind of shoot in the dark, because that just simply doesn't work, right? In order to get you and your team, right? You could be, one person show booking all the moves from your cell phone, like when I first started, or, you could have 60 reps on the phone, like, before I got out of the business. And either way, you've got to get everybody moving in a direction of where you want to go. So first, you've got to figure out where that is, right? And one of the best ways to do that is to set monthly sales goals, not only for your business, but for each individual sales rep on your team, right? So, when I had my moving company, what we would do is every single month for every single moving consultant, and at one point I had, 60 of them on the phones, we would set monthly sales goals for them and tie those sales goals to bonuses. All right. You've got to have them tied to bonuses. So, when we look at, going into the office and what you're shooting for and what you're striving for, each of those reps, we would sit down, look at basically, what their previous month was, right? How many leads are coming in? There's a few factors that we would go through. By the way, if you want to learn all this in detail, make sure you go to Moving Sales Academy Live. Come and join me. Go to movingseminar.com for the details. But we would go through all of, kind of the certain criteria is what we would look for to set their new goals. But once we set those goals, they knew where they had to go for the month, right? But the month is a long time. When you're on the phones, when you're busy, when you're dialing, when you're taking leads week after week, the month could be, far out, right? So the key is that you've got to take the monthly sales goals, not only for your team, okay, but for the company as well. And you've got to break them down into daily targets, all right? You need daily targets of what you could achieve, because it makes it more real, it makes it more attainable, and it makes it more now. Right? So let's say you have a, whatever your sales goal is for the month, right? For each individual. Okay. If you don't have sales goals for each salesperson, start doing that right away. All right. Make sure that, by the end of this month, you start sales goals for the following month and you tie those to a bonus. That'll keep them going. But the key is to break them down into daily targets. So if you take the numbers that you want your sales team to hit right now, right? Maybe you kind of have a few people on your sales team, and maybe you have one, maybe it's just you, okay? And this doesn't change if you're the only person. You've got to set the goals for yourself too, all right? So you take those goals for the month, but then you break them down into daily targets, all right? And when you do that, what you'll find is that it's really not that many moves that need to be booked a day in order to reach that target. But when, you know, our minds start thinking we've got a whole month to achieve this big number, two things happen. Either it seems too big and it seems too far away, right? Or we feel like we've got plenty of time to get there. No rush today. If I don't, you know, hustle today, it's no big deal. But more times than not, when you break down the sales goal for your team to a daily target, it actually seems very, very attainable to them. They're like, oh, wow, in order to hit 50,000, in order to hit 75,000, whatever it is for the month, that's all I have to do on a daily basis. That's like each day, that's all I have to do. So definitely go and break down the targets, all right? So the first thing you want to do, just to kind of recap here, is you've got to set monthly sales goals for everyone on your sales team, right? What is, you know, what do you want them to book by way of revenue? I would recommend doing it by revenue and not just how many booked moves. And then give them a bonus based on that. So if they hit that, you want to make sure they get a bonus. Make sure that's attainable, right? That it's a stretch goal, that they're able to, you know, hit it if they put in the effort. Don't dangle a, you know, carrot out way too high where they're not going to achieve it, because then they just stop believing, you know, that it's a real thing, and, you know, they give up, right? So set the monthly sales goals. Time to a bonus, all right? So what, you know, whatever it is, maybe it's, you know, $200, $300, $400, $5,000, whatever that might be. All right, for you, all right, those of you that have been to Moving Sales Academy or you're in the online course, you know the whole formula for that. But, you know, whatever it might be, set those goals, make sure they're tied to a bonus, okay? Then on a weekly basis, make sure they see their progress of where they're at, right? So if their sales goal is, you know, 75,000 for the month, and after week one, they're at, you know, 21,000, whatever it might be, right? Make sure they see that, and you're kind of giving them something, sending them an email, printing out a sheet of paper. You've got it on the board, you know, showing kind of a chart of where they are and where they need to still go. Keep that excitement going, but make sure whatever you do, break down those targets to daily targets, all right? So for your company, so your sales manager knows that, hey, this is what we need to hit on a daily basis in order to hit our goals. And for your sales reps, this is what we need to hit on a daily basis to hit our goals, all right? So it's Monday. Today should be a strong, strong day on the phones. You know, typically you're gonna have Mondays and Tuesdays are stronger than other days. You've got leads that have been there over the weekend. So go out there, set some daily targets, crush it today and every other day. Make sure you come see me next month, Moving Sales Academy Live, March 15th through 17th. Just go to movingseminar.com. Guys, go out there today and crush it. Get some jobs booked, get them on the boards, get those trucks rolling. I'll see you later, all right? Have a great day.